Clearly, Paul and I don't give what people think of us. But why do people care so much?
We are the happy headers, and yes, I really don't give much of a damn. I'm not going to say a total damn about what people think of me, because I'd always say it's what I think of me, not being egotistical, but I have a healthy self-concept, a healthy relationship with myself. I am wonderfully flawed. I mess up loads of things, never do everything entirely right, but I like myself. So if other people like me, great, we can be friends. If other people don't like me, heck off, it doesn't matter.
I think it's gas because we started the podcast and, you know, like it's a big jump, wasn't it? Like it was a big leap for us to come out and kind of be messers or do different things because...
Let people see a different side of us.
A different side of us, yeah, exactly. And I think in the beginning we were probably a little bit... I was definitely more reserved in the beginning of these videos and I've become less so as you've gone on. It's after drawing me out, you know, the wickedness in me. It's after coming out. But definitely doing the Happy Headers podcast has been, you know, very freeing, hasn't it?
It has.
Brilliant.
It has. But I think that we are programmed to care what other people think of us because basically we need to fit in. Whatever about being an oddball or being a rebel and going off and doing your own thing. At the end of the day, survival is paramount.
Yeah, and you know, they say there's strength in numbers and all of these different theories around that. So it's interesting actually, you know, that when you break away from the crowd and you become less of a follower, how much more exciting your life becomes. Yeah,
but you're blazing a trail on your own. Because going back to our prehistoric ancestors, and I have mentioned this in previous videos, that if you're outside the tribe and something happened to you, you're on your own and you may or may not survive that. But if you're within the tribe, they'll look after you. So it's important that you fit in with what other people think and believe.
That you fill your place. So that's really historically what it's been like in societies as well. If you fill your place in a society, you know, whatever area you're in, I suppose, that you're doing your work and you're contributing to your community, then you're going to be better accepted, aren't you?
Yes, but as well as that, it can handcuff you.
Oh, yeah.
It can imprison you. That you are curtailed and confined by the attitude of the community you live in.
Yeah.
And I think secretly we all love a trailblazer. We all love somebody who kicks against the constraints and goes out and does their own thing. Why
do some people actually really succeed when they do something mad and other people are just laughed at?
There's a lot of people that don't succeed doing something mad.
I know.
And so we notice the ones that do succeed. And we said, well, they're a rebel, and there's that rebel within us all.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's an anger, sometimes it's a frustration at the way we were curtailed so much, because we are curtailed from the word go. Growing up within a family, usually if you have siblings, you're curtailed first of all. You're told you can't do. You're in school in a class of 30 other kids. You can't just do your own thing there. And what happens is you go through the school system, and the next thing you're into the work environment, and again you can't necessarily do your own thing there because you get sacked.
So there's a lot of conformity actually in being a human being. There's a lot of conformity, whereas in the animal kingdom then there's a lot more, I suppose, you know, survival and instinct, which is different, and we don't get to do that as much as human beings because, well, I suppose where we live here in Ireland, you know, it's quite safe here, I would feel. You know, it's a safe country. There's not any major threats here or anything like that, so you know, we've very little to be worried about, really. We just have to get up and go to work and do our thing. Like.
But you see, as well as that, if you conform in work, if you play ball in work, if you're in some business and you play ball, you are enhancing your prospects of getting promoted, getting up the way.
Like in corporate, like I love corporate. I love it. Some people are always giving out about it, but I just feel like it's such a great place for advancement actually. Like if you do your work well, you can advance, do you know what I mean, and do better, and you're rewarded and there's loads of nice things going on.
If you are that person then that goes up the corporate ladder and you get to the top, and then you're watching for people, see who else is coming up, you put the values on them, you imbue the values on them that you adhere to when you were on your way up. So you keep the thing going, you perpetuate the same thing. You have to play ball, you have to be within the system.
I don't know, I don't think so, because I think, like, fair enough, right, when you're rising to success, you should certainly not throw down the ladder behind you. I think it's a good idea to bring all people on with you. And I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with that theory, but I think everybody has something different to bring to different roles. So I tend to be very positive in roles and very excitable and that kind of thing around, different styles of management or whatever. But somebody else could be very strict and very by the book, and very rules driven, whereas I'd be more compassion led, I think. And I think both of them are important. Would you not agree, Paul?
Yeah. There's a place for everybody in the corporate world and in every part of the world. And I think it's okay for you to, at certain times, not to care so much about what everybody else thinks and do your own thing. And because, as you alluded to a little while ago, there are lots of examples there of people going off doing their own thing. A lot of people say, no, you can't do that. No, it won't work out for you. Stop.
That's madness.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
And then when you do it, it becomes the norm.
Yeah.
And then other people aspire to do what you are going to do. Like I remember way back when Roger Bannister ran the first sub 4 minute mile. Before that, it was said that it was impossible for a human being to do that. You'll suffocate, you'll die, you get a heart attack. Don't even try.
Yeah.
But he did. But within, I think it was 3 months of him doing that, 3 other people had broken that barrier. Prior to that, it could not be broken. Same thing with women running marathons. So women aren't meant to run marathons.
They shouldn't. It's bad for their womb.
Yeah, they'll die. The wombs will fall out.
Oh, God.
The road will be littered with loads of wombs. But the problem, women are actually biologically better designed to run marathons than men because women carry more body fat. Women's bodies are designed for endurance. So they are better equipped for marathon running. Now, they might not run a marathon as quickly as modern day males, but they're much more suited.
Oh my God.
No, that is actually a fact. I'm not saying that because I'm not being chauvinistic.
He's trying not to be.
I'm trying not to be chauvinistic.
Not fucking working, Paul. Good job we don't care what people think.
I'm trying to be complimentary to the weaker sex, but I can't say that.
Oh my God.
No, I take that back. I don't honestly believe that. I do. I'm going to get a slap.
Jesus Christ. Cut that out, Moni. It's very bad. Couldn't possibly air that.
Moni's the lady who edits our videos.
Yes. Go, Moni.
Leave it in. Anyway. I do think that there is a lot to be said for your sense of well-being when you've got high self-esteem about yourself. Not egotistical, there's a difference, but you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And not that you think that you're going around that you're Mr. Perfect or you're super, but you kind of, I'm good enough.
Yeah, it's to be happy
myself.
with, your own set tools, whatever they are, and whatever you got to work with. Just fly on and be yourself, It's great. There's a great freedom in it, actually.
So, let us know. Do you care what people think about you?
Yes.
Do your own thing? Or are you more in the compassionate kind of, I'm just going to fit in community? Talk to you soon.